night a couple of weeks ago. Our very first, the inaugural fight night featured these guys. They've come back with a different, slightly different roster, one player difference, and that's Anger. And we'll see how it works out. As right away, the defenders are getting real aggressive here in Garage.
Yeah, we see a lot of teams try to control up through mid here and try to take, of course, initiative on this first defense, but they weren't able to find a pick as Charlotte were just playing default themselves and playing very safely. Now they're going to go ahead and regroup. They made their way all the way up.
And this is where the Sage players come into play, where these Sage plays definitely make sense. 2 kills and 2 kills. It's a 3-on-3 after a walk into C site. Charms lurking in the corner, and Anger very aware of players inside of Garage. Left side, somebody walking over the tripwire. Good long-range shot from Charms out of his corner spot. Teammate finds one as well. And Riley J, the last remaining member of MMG. Down he goes, easy. And that's Charlotte Phoenix. Round 1 here. And the way they cleaned that up at the end was impressive.
What was more impressive was their pivot. As soon as they saw those players pushing up their Garage, knowing that there was multiple presence in mid, meant that there was, of course, one less player basically on either side, A or C. And so they just pivoted quickly to the C site, pushed all the way through long, and gained control and was able to get the bomb plant. They understood exactly what their opponents were doing, and they took advantage of it. That was a great display out of them.
Now they've got some rifles, it looks like. I think they went for the early rifles. Usually we see some... No, okay, it's subs. Location revealed onto shots. MMG a little bit more cautious about walking out of the Garage this time, but not completely, as Anger sits there and lines up 2 shots. Just walked into him. Charms also just sitting there waiting, allowing players to walk into the crosshairs here.
Yeah, very smart. Again, another measured play, just like they did on the pistol rounds there. They're just going to play default, play it very safe. Check the angles. Oh, okay, size. What?
We've seen that a lot where players kind of, I call it a homer at the nuclear reactor. You do the job, right? You check the corner, but you do it mindlessly. 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't matter. There, they like mindlessly check the corner and go back. Wait, what? And turn and snap back, get the kill. You love to see that sort of thing. But one more time, Riley J, the LMS.
This is huge. So if all 5 players make it out of this alive, that's just so much money. I don't know how much damage they took across armor, or if they invested heavily into armor or not, but the more they can save here, taking a look at Spirit, he was full eco there, except he bought the heavy armor and the ghosts. So they should have an operator in play if they want to. I wouldn't. For the way that MMG have been playing pretty aggressively, I would be okay with just taking a Vandal or a Phantom, just because of the fact that they've been pushed up so heavily upon mid that you kind of want to play it within that range instead of playing the longer range of the operator.
See, I'm the other way around. I feel like normally I wouldn't want the operator in this position, but because MMG are being so aggressive and running outside, you can just hold that Garage angle and wait for somebody to walk, snap them down, right? Like, I feel on the other side, so does Charlotte. Spirit going to be picking up the op. And I like this call, because Charms and Anger have been the ones that are playing that position that you're talking about, the people lying in wait for MMG to kind of push out. And Spirit, who has been relatively unsuccessful, can kind of sit behind them and find those op shots.
Take a look at Infamous, though, on the side of MMG. He's actually going to be pulling out an LMG for themselves here. And so he's just going to try and spam this wall. Did he get any damage across? No.
So that's the only... I hate these weapons. I really do. I've always hated these weapons. Nice shots from Critical. The high ground advantage there. So a 5-on-4, MMG with the advantage. But so this is the purpose of this weapon. Suppressive fire, right? It's not a tactic. Wow. In a real like crowd control sense, but you can't walk out there. You're gonna die. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on the LMG?
That's okay, but we do have the plant going down onto the A site. And now, while there is a flank coming out, they actually spotted him out on a tripwire. So they know that someone is coming up from T-spawn right now. So they'll have the proper response. They've got a wall off as well over at A main. And we have someone in dark right now while it's Heaven that they have to worry about.
Anger kind of messing that one up there. But there's that op. Shots comes through with the 3K. Spirit finishes off the round. And that's 3 in the bucket for Charlotte Phoenix. Nice and easy so far. MMG, less than 3,000 across the board. Zek with 31. But I expect this to be a save here for sure. Coming back with a vengeance in round 5.
Yeah, definitely you're just going to go with like maybe some sheriffs and some upgraded pistols. I don't think you go with the SMGs at this point, but Zek looks like he will try to go for it here.
Where's Zek going to be playing? Zek is the Sage player, so I see what's happening there. So Zek and a teammate kind of peeked out A underground, and they were double peeking with the sub, which makes sense. K-size, long range shot down C long. Already the team finds themselves on the platform. Spike still not planted. About a minute 10 to go. Enemy team filtering in from the backside. Chase going to be coming in from garage. One shot, one kill. Make it 2. Spirit trades back with the op shot. It's a 3-on-3. Scratch it. Anger rezzed. Charlotte Phoenix with the numbers advantage.
Yeah, Shots holding it down, taking out one more, and now it's a 2v4 retake, which honestly, it's a pistol. You just kind of go for it. You're not trying to save anything, right? Getting the res out was huge. If they could get a few more picks here, if they could pick up 2 more before they go down, that would be amazing. Just to try and put a slow halt down their economy right now. Go in, and K-size will get traded away for 1. They got 1 more. This is what I'm talking about. Infamous. So close. Backing away now.
Still so far, though. 1 versus 3. That bomb's going to go off right about now. Oh, here's the interaction. They're going to catch him. Pop, pop. Spirit with all the time in the world. Lines that up. Takes the shot. 4-0. Charlotte Phoenix.
Take a look. Shots is currently at max money. He's at 8,400 after he buys up the rest of his utility. And he has been holding it down. That second round, he was able to basically secure that for the team, finding a 2K on the site himself. But he's currently 5-0-2, hasn't died yet. His money is going far. It looks like he did buy for someone. And so they're making sure that, of course, that their money will start maxing out once again if they get another round win here.
K-size charging up the mid. Nobody in B waiting for him. Left side is going to meet somebody right about now. Keeping it safe. Going to pop down the smoke before they walk in. Beautiful read by Anger.
Smoke's down.
Completely blind. Just knew the timing after the drop. Unfortunately for Charlotte Phoenix, though, Zek does the same damn thing. Waits around it. Critical across the field. Right, gets one as well. So it's a 2-4 situation now. MMG in control for what seems like the first time. All set.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake coming out from Charlotte there is they wall off the left side of the B sites. So someone should be holding that right angle very hard, but instead 2 of them just walk out, get headshot easily. There should have been a trade at the very least instead of just a 2K going over to Zek now as Chase tries to flash over with the timing on that wall. Doesn't actually get the kill, but MMG still have the bomb site held down along with the bomb right here at the opening.
Here comes some utility from Charlotte Phoenix. There's 25 seconds left, so this is going to be their final push. Damage from the back onto Zek. And some good utility coming out from Spirit there. Lines up with the sniper, grabs 1. The second on the way. Cypher needs to peek out, but here comes Chase with the blind. The sniper player is down. MMG are able to find themselves a win. Nice job.
Yeah, that was kind of an overcommittal coming out from Phoenix. Even though they do have these 4 rounds and they have the economy behind it, I think making sure that MMG aren't able to, get a double op setup would have been huge. Kind of gifting over that operator might have been a mistake, but this might also bait MMG into, not being able to play with the kind of rate of fire game once it comes into close quarters combat. We'll see. Chase, though, might go for the peak over here at Double Doors.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about with Charlotte being willing to just go up on that one. See long. Oh! Shot right in between the legs. Not going to find the kill just yet. Riley J getting some info. K-Size, I love this play. Pushing all the way up. Teammate shows up with the Odin button.
Oh, no.
See? Like, what is this? Oh, my goodness.
It's overwhelming power is what it is.
Oh, man. So this is the second time we've seen the Brimstone player pick this up. And it's also the second time we see MMG grab a victory. Coincidence?
Well, the first time I believe they lost with it, right? So it's a 50% success rate. Infamous here looking to make it a 66% rate. We'll see. But it looks like finally Charlotte, their bank was broken there. And honestly, that's why I thought Spirit should just save that. Should have just saved that operator from that first round that they lost. That's a huge investment every single round that you buy it. That's half your money, more than that. And so now it's going to be Charlotte on the back foot and MMG looking to bring things closer, get a third round on the board for themselves.
So far, they've bounced back pretty nicely. 6 rounds in, they own 2 of them, but K-Size coming in fully equipped. It's going to be a slow A push. All 5 players. MMG, on the other hand, have 2 here on site. Make that 3. 2 players waiting to rotate. Here comes the utility. K-Size dashing on in, as per usual for Jet. Nobody good just yet. Jet climbs, Jet shoots. Trade out is 1, and it's a 4-on-4. Critical of the boys going upstairs. The wall will last for the moment. Here comes a Sova ult, keeping players outside of that entrance. But Spike's already down, and it's up to MMG to retake here. Charlotte Phoenix is going to make that hard.
Yeah, we have to remember. Oh, Infamous just drops down into the crosshairs of Germs, and Critical does trade away. But Charlotte Phoenix on this eco round. I love what they did. I love what they did here, right? They just banked up all their ultimates throughout the last 6 rounds and committed basically all of them into this. They do still have that Brimstone ultimate, but again, they played contact up until they got onto the A site. The first kind of inkling that anything was up was when, of course, that Charlotte's used the Jet ultimate early on. But Charlotte were able to get onto the site, were able to get the plant, and then we're able to use their ultimates to slow down MMG on their retake. And if they so needed, they had the Brimstone ultimate at the end there to just slow them down even more to secure this eco round for themselves. So they're right back into it. It's Anger now who's going to be busting out. Oh, no. These Brimstone players.
I don't get it, man. But, okay, we got another Odin out here. But yeah, that was the Overwatch strategy, right? Everybody just press 4, or whatever the ult button is, right? Like, just ready, set, go. But so, again, this is what you're seeing this gun used for. Is going to just pepper bullets through the wall. And so the players that are rushing Garage, nice shot from Riley J, are able to do so unfettered. Another one. So that's 3 for the Sova player. Gets caught out in the scope while trying to get out of the nonsense. So the plant will go down. And it's a 2-on-2 defend here for Charlotte Phoenix.
Yeah, there we go. Shots again, holding it down. And we see this from time to time where the support player is just able to absolutely frag out. And have a solid anchor in your support player is so important here.
Okay.
He's considering it. Do I have to give up my LMG? Like,
for a second, I thought he was going to leave it on the ground. I really did. Oh, no. 1 up. No, Riley J's not going to go for it. He's been playing real well when he gets the opportunity.
It's been a 50-50 heads up. Yeah, you know, he lost 1 duel to like K-Size, I think. And K-Size was like running the Vandal. And then he was able to kill Spirit once. Spirit going for that peek, and it's going to be Zek to take him out.
Wow, with the Phantom. Nice job there from Zek. Critical stuck here in the corner. Ooh, not going to find the shot. K-Side is very successful. Elevates. Nobody in heaven. Anger waiting with the Odin around long. Going to run into two players there. Zek's able to answer first and foremost, though. Infamous with the pistol versus the Odin. Infamous gets caged up.
I mean, that's a duel of his own making, by the way. Like, that's his own fault. He started all of this.
His own medicine, so to speak.
All right. Zek is able to answer back. It's still a 2v1 on this retake now, as I think Riley J just kind of has to give up the ghost here. He's got the operator. You want to hold on to that for now as we head into the 10th round. Looks like Anger might try to chase him. Oh.
Kill him. Anger really wants to save that, huh?
That's his boomstick, and it's been serving him well, you know.
So so when it comes to these LMGs, I think they're largely like they're just for Timmys to play, right? I want a big gun, big stuff. Let me hit the button. But realistically, we're seeing them in this kind of competitive setting. I mean, you want to spam those walls like this. I actually this strat, which is the first one where Infamous bought it. I like this. You just spam this area, and the player is just
wow.
Look, you see that player is just stuck. So it's truly suppressive fire. I really like that move. But don't try to like play Vandal angles with your Odin, please.
Yeah, he actually almost took out the Cypher from Charlotte Phoenix there. It was very close. One more bullet might have penetrated through. You would have gotten that kill. Now, it's going to be Zek to bring Riley J back into this here. And we do have to mention that means both players are basically out of armor. So at the very least, that's going on. But now they know that, of course, where the Sage was playing. And so they make a play for the A site now. They're once again back on it. They're going to be able to get another plant. And Charlotte Phoenix, we haven't really talked about the scoreline, but here on offense, they've already got 7 rounds.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic look for CLT. Chase right now. Trying to handle things. Gets revealed from the backside. Panic. Pure panic in that young man. And look, see? This is another thing that you can do. You just spam anywhere players can be kind of locked behind. We saw the window. K-Size takes it down. But you can spam that dark area as well. Nice shock dart. You can actually find the target. Second one will be good. And find more. Oh, come on. All that hard work from Riley J. And he just peeks out. Unfortunate. But it's 10 rounds in. Charlotte Phoenix with 80% of them. And everything coming up Millhouse for Charlotte Phoenix.
Chase thinking that they're going to force up for this round. Does have that Phantom. There's a Vandal coming through. I don't know if they just maybe go for like a half buy and then have to go for another half buy. They're reconsidering now.
Yeah, and they're gonna do what you said. I like the force buy call here, in all honesty, and it's funny because traditionally I've been a hater of the force buy in Counter-Strike, but I think when it comes to Valorant, you just have more tools at your disposal with character selections. That the force buy is round 10 before the swap at 12. I like that move often. Spirit gonna walk in and take care of 2. Infamous though, with the pistol. Able to find one in return, so it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Anger.
This is anger management. This is just how you get your frustrations out. It's only Tuesday, but you know, every Tuesday seems like an eternity now here in work from home.
We're all experiencing new ways to get our job done, and Anger doing it with the 1 away from the half. MMG with the full save, as Jamerson kind of rooted for, now have full weaponry. So they're hoping to end this round, this half, 9-3, which, frankly, I don't think is good enough.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm a little surprised because they had the money for an operator and they decided to not take it. There was an extra like 2,000 credits on the Sage player for MMG. Oh my gosh, that quick peek doesn't hit that shot. They have to back away as Infamous will find one onto Spirit. It's going to be 2-for-2 exchange here.
Oh, the duel of the fates. Odin, be Odin. Gets the kill. I love that it was Infamous to get the kill as well.
Oh, Infamous and Anger. They knew exactly what they were heading into. And they just spam through the smoke, spam through the wall, and hope.
I mean, that's what you do with the weapon. You spam through smokes, you spam through wall pen. Like, that's what it's for. That's why the developers included it in the game. So I'm honestly not mad. It's the dudes on my team that buy an Ares every game and just play it like a vandal that make me truly rage out.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful crosshair.
Did you see how close that molly was also to where shots had planted? It gave him like some hot toes there.
Oh, yeah. Gotta get new shoes.
He was almost walking on coals. That was absolutely nuts.
One left. Cypher versus the world. And the world takes the win. Charlotte Phoenix ends the half with 10 in their pocket. And we'll go to switch sides. That means Phoenix, they only need 3 from what is widely considered to be the easier side on this map, on most maps, the defender's side. And we'll see if MMG can tackle it.
Yeah, so, I mean, this just kind of comes down to Charlotte Phoenix, you know, even if they lose this pistol round, just every time that they get a rifle round, they need to make sure that they just win those. And they have multiple opportunities to do that. But we've also seen on the one eco round that they had during their offensive side, Charlotte Phoenix were absolutely stellar, really utilizing the ultimates to kind of play back and actually come back from that weapon deficit.
That's huge. And I can't highlight that enough. I really can't. Because, you know, tack shooters are all the same in that you shoot click heads, right? The differences are your character selection, the equipment, etc. And you got to be able to use that. That will separate you from, we talk about the transplants, right? Coming from different games to the Valorant kind of natives that will excel a little bit later. That's going to be the difference. Understanding your abilities like that. MMG playing this a little slow. A is definitely their original intent. And Critical starts things off well for his team with a kill coming up out of Underground. Chase gonna molly the backside. There's a player in Heaven and a player in Dark. Left side is clear. Chase walks out of the site. Heaven wins. K-size. Takes the still shot. Also takes some leap of faith there.
That's the nice thing about Jet. Just get to jump out from window without having to take any damage there. And, you know, we didn't really even talk about the compositional differences. The only big difference, of course, is that Phoenix versus the Jet difference. And we haven't seen the Phoenix really be able to do anything. K-Size, at least, has been utilizing his speed and his mobility to try to take up-close duels up against snipers and stuff. We haven't really seen the Phoenix being utilized that well from MMG.
I got to agree there. We've seen, you know, when you look at Phoenix versus Jet, they're both entry fraggers. Jet generally tends to work inciting chaos, just dash past the player playing defense. Charms shoots past 1, shoots past 2, and that's going to be a defuse for the Lone Ranger. Number 11 for Charlotte Phoenix. A nice job there for sure. But to continue the Jet versus Phoenix conversation, I think like, you know, Jet dashes in past your front line. Everybody goes, huh? And then gets shot in the back. Phoenix is more of a, you know, straight up and down. I'm going to flash around the corner and shoot him down. We saw a couple of opportunities where that actually came out from Chase, but, you know, 7-11, I think, kind of spells the story there where a lot of times that he's tried to get that done, the enemy has just been peeking or defending the angle with 2 different players, cutting him down, and that really kind of prevents the Phoenix player from making the impact that we're used to.
Yeah, we're not seeing the flashes being utilized really effectively. Although, there we go. Chase finds one, but Anger holding it down as he's able to get 3 before he finally falls. K-Size trades away. And wow, this offense again just shut down, and Charlotte Phoenix on the verge of being put onto map point.
Caster's favorite moment there. You know, that's literally what I just illustrated. Anger comes in and does the job, gets the one pick off of the entry, but there were so many players on Charlotte covering these angles that, you know, they've looked fantastic. That's why Charlotte has been able to get this one. I mean, in the most truncated way possible. They're playing better Valorant, and what that means is things like that. They're defending the angles with multiple people, knowing that Phoenix is going to have that flash available and is going to make those plays. They're looking out for what MMG are able to do with respects to that Odin, right? They, you know, whether they adapted the play style,
it's just not as strong. This is a strong round for MMG, though, as now they're up, you know, 4v2, as their Sage is brought down low, but she'll have that healed eventually. And there we go. Now it's just brought down to the 1. And we've seen Shots do some great things, but in a 1v4, it's going to be a difficult task.
It's a 1v3, but you are correct. Chase hears you and picks it on up. 3 kills for the Phoenix player. Nice job there. Too little, too late is obviously the conversation to be had, but, you know, I'm going to, I actually think, you know, Phoenix is better suited to be offense, sure. But I think defense first is kind of the play, because you get a bead on how your opponent is going to play the map, and that can better suit you for attacking. So even though you're an attack-based character, so to speak, I think I still agree with the idea of going defensive first, but clearly things aren't working in their favor at the moment, so. Nice shots.
Ooh. Yeah, nice trade away, and they've got the rest to work with, and so they will actually bring Infamous back in. Walled off over here at Garage, as Chase is going to use that run it back to try and find more.
Oh, left side, got to be aware, picks him off, and that's the usage of that ultimate. Shots, though, able to answer on back. Spike picked up. MMG originally left it and we're playing for contact. Now we've gotten that contact, and with 1 player left to play defense, MMG looking directly at the C site. Charms, though, did it before. Can he do it again? Thinking about it, grabbing the op. Perfect time for the ult. Doesn't see anybody. Love that play. Trades back for the semi-auto. Goes for the full. And now it's probably going to be an aggressive push here, since he opted for the Phoenix instead of the other 2 options. Charms has 1 down left and 2 players on the right side. 1 hiding in the back right there. So now just to the left and to the right. Deals, looks at the wrong spot. And MMG 4 strong on a tear.
Again, though, Charlotte Phoenix just need 1 round. They just need 1 round, while MMG have to run it back. Still 9 in a row, but at least this is a smart look. Currently now, Charlotte Phoenix are going to be on this eco. We do have some heavy armor buys coming up from K-Size and Shots, and I can't disagree. Now we do have a Bucky, and again, they're on the defense. They can do, they can go for these kind of more cheesy buys and be a little bit different in how they do the economy here, as it looks like K-Size is going to go aggressive with the knives out, not able to hit the shots.
No, not the greatest look. 4 players up now for Charlotte Phoenix. Infamous with a real gun. Pushing up into B site. Likely going to smoke off the B connector. And will. Pops a molly, just in case. Garage going to be refocused on by Mamba.
I'm so confused by this play.
Yeah. I thought that was a full in B side. Like, they're going to split it up, though. Send the spike over to C with a full B fake. Interesting choice. Sova's not buying it. And I think MMG has taken a little too long to completely sell this fake. And now with some gun noise on the left side of the map, Zek wins the fight. And everybody knows it's C. Spike's going to be planted. 1 player coming up from long. MMG know about it because of the tripwire. Pop, pop, and it's a trade. Brimstone, the only one left. And Anger trying to climb back here versus what was 3, now just 2. 22 HP. Fake defuse. Waits for 1. Can't get it. Attackers win. Another one in the bucket. 5 for MMG. Can they do it?
It was still a good effort for Phoenix there. We have to remember that that was an eco round. And so MMG faced a lot more trouble than they honestly should have. And I think, you know, it kind of came down to they expended a lot of utility over at the B side. And we were fairly certain it was just going to be a plant onto B because they, of course, smoke everything off. They have all of their players there. And they could have just got the plant down. But instead, in their rotation, they ended up kind of bleeding away some members there. Now MMG playing a little bit of default here. We got one over at C. Most people holding over at mid, waiting for some sort of kind of cheesy push. Nothing's going to come out yet, as we have Charlotte Phoenix playing a little bit aggressive on the A side.
Great camera angle there, Cypher. B site going to be rushed into by MMG. 2.5 players. I say half. One backed up. And one dies. Riley J losing out to the sniper in mid. So MMG disadvantage with the disadvantage for the first time all half. They have really turned things around after the half. And the problem is,
oh no,
too little, too late. Anger steps up, waits his turn. And now it's a 2-on-3. MMG still under the thumb. And again, this is map point for Charlotte Phoenix.
All right, we got to run it back this time around. Spirit just clears it right out. Oh boy, 2v4. They're trying to get on to the C site with this bomb. Spirit does go down.
20 seconds left to play. Everybody from Charlotte Phoenix on the other side for the most part. You've got the Jet coming from the right. Cypher coming from the left. Case size. Cuts him down. Critical. All alone. Picks off one. Reloads. Information is known. Charlotte Phoenix knows exactly where this player is. Jet waiting. Critical listening. Pushing up. Gonna have the jump. Jet smokes, walks away, gets them in the back, and it's half of 12. MMG, what looked like a bad situation, continues to go their way.
That was a little bit too close for comfort, you gotta say, for MMG there. And, you know, things just went disastrous for them as they try to push up through short A. They flash in, they don't check the angle. And the lurk for Anger there actually pays off, even though he got hit by that flash. He still hits up 2 before he goes down. And that shouldn't have happened at all.
I feel that. Definitely feel that. Mid again for MMG. Pushing out his shots, and they're going to be taken down for it. Anger, though, with the 3-piece. Just like that. The 3 versus 2. Orbital strike comes out of the backside, and Zek is able to find Spirit, who's pushing up way too far. But there it is. That's the map thrifty on top of it all. Charlotte Phoenix take this one after a nice run from MMG.
Once again, I think it was like most of the eco rounds for Charlotte Phoenix. They did so much damage up against MMG, and ultimately to kind of conclude it there on an eco round it's very indicative of kind of what went down. Now, most of the rifle rounds, of course, on their offensive side, Charlotte Phoenix were able to win that out in almost no problem. But it was these eco rounds that really caught